Welcome back everyone to another episode here today, and we are ranking the top 10 ARs in Warzone. Get some housekeeping things out of the way. Check out the description. That's where the Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and TikTok accounts are located. Always follow me on there. That's always greatly appreciated. Hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll get right into it. At number 10 we do have the M4A1, but I want to give the FAL, the Ram 7, the Kilo, and the just the FAL, the Ram 7, and the Kilo honorable mentions. They're still both. If you, let me know down in the comments if you guys want me to make combinations for you guys to try out, but these three just missed the cut, but they are still pretty good. So at number 10 I do have the M4A1 with monolithic suppressor, grenadier barrel, tac laser, 6-round mag, and commando foregrip. It's been like this the whole entire lifespan. It really hasn't been touched at all, so I mean it's still good, and it's just a good solid weapon. I use this mainly for like my restock or ghost classes, because it's just like a good like reset class, because if you don't run like tac laser you can run fully loaded in that. But yeah, that's at number 10. Good solid overall weapon. At number 9 we do have the CR56 AMAX, but I mean it has fallen out a little bit of the meta, but you still can use it to great effect. Suppressor, Zodiac, commando foregrip, 45-round mag, and 3 times. I mean, it does have a little bit more recoil, but 3 times does help it, but the mag is only 45 still, so I mean that kind of does drag it down, but it's still a good solid weapon. Then at number 8 we do have the QBZ. This thing has almost 0 recoil. It is a beast, but it has lower damage, so it will take out like 7 shots to kill, 8 shots to kill, so I mean it's gonna take a little bit of shots to kill, more than most guns, because like agency suppressor, task force barrel, 3 times optic, raider stock, and 6-round mag. I don't even have a grip on it because it doesn't have that much recoil, but I would use it more at longer ranges, but you can use that mid-range is pretty good still too. It's probably like out of the top 4, it's probably like number 4 in the long range AR meta, but like it's still a really solid weapon. Like you guys should give it a try. The M13, monolithic suppressor, Tempest marksman, tac laser, corp combat hollow sight, and 6-round mag. Most of the time I would run like the mini reflex or the 3 times optic, but on this I just like the hollow sight on it. It's just clicks for me. And as you see, there's no underbarrel on this because this thing is just a melt machine. It's kind of like the QBZ, high fire rate but low damage, but this thing is really accurate, so I love it at the mid range. And then at number 6 we do have the GRAU. The GRAU's back in the meta. Probably almost top tier, probably. Monolithic Archangel, tac laser, 6-round mag, commando foregrip. This and the M4A1's kind of like both. They're both really good. It's just preference based, but I like the GRAU better for like restocking ghost and that. But I will still use the M4A1, but I just like the GRAU better because it does. I feel like I do have a little bit more range on it. At number 5 comes in at the XM4. This is more of a close range build. Agency suppressor, task force barrel, 60-round mag, monolithic raider pad. But I made this more for mid range than anything, because I did run 6-round mag. But if you do want to run a close range, you can just run 45, and then that could be your close range. Or if you want to run long range, you can change this to 3 times and then run it like that if you want a longer range, but I would keep it like this. And it just, if you want the more mags but you don't care about aim on sight speed, I'd go 60, but if you do care a lot about aim on sight speed, I'd only go 45. I don't really mind it, I go 60. But like if I run it with a sniper, I'm not gonna go 45, but if I run it with an SMG, I'll go 60 on it. That's just a good medium range, close range, good assault rifle. It does, after the update, it does take 1 more shot to kill, but it's still solid. Now this, the AK-47 is 4th on our list, and it is really good. GRAU suppressor, 60-round mag, Tiger Team Spotlight, Microflex LED, and the skeleton stock. I don't run any barrel on it because, I mean, yes, I could get all that, but for this, I like it more mid-range, like the XM4. I just think this is a little bit better than the XM4 at the mid-range game. So that's why I do not run barrel, under barrel. I just run the, this is movement speed, this is movement speed, and the, or sprint to fire. And hip fire, actually, we don't really care about. And then just the Microflex LED is just a good mid-range sight for it. So that is why the Cold War AK is above the XM4, because it is the better, I think, mid-range rifle. And then these top 3 are going to be your long-range rifles. And at 3rd, I do have the FARA, because it's kind of like the C58 now, but this is like, it's kind of like it, but it's kind of not, because this is a high fire rate, high damage. Well, it's a pretty good fire rate and pretty good damage. So I mean, if you miss your shots, it's kind of more forgiving. But the C58, if you miss your shots, it's kind of more unforgiving, but you do have the higher damage. But I do run the GRAU suppressor or suppressor on it. I'd run GRAU suppressor if you're going long range, but if you're trying to make it a little bit closer, I would just run the suppressor on it. That's what, because I was playing a payload, so I did was running suppressor because I wasn't really getting that many long fights. So GRAU suppressor, and then you will run the Spetsnaz APK barrel, or RPK barrel, Spetsnaz grip on it, and then oh, patrol grip's down. Okay. 16-round mag. I would run 5 fast mag, but that just hurts your aim down sight speed so much that I just don't run it. And then 3 times optic. 4 times optic is just, it takes up a lot of room in that, so I like 3 times because you can just see more. And you can hit people from like really far away, but like you're not gonna get in that many fights that far. And I mean, if you're that far, you might as well be using sniper. So this is, I'd say, 3rd in the long range meta. It does have a little bit more recoil, but it does have a forgiving fire rate, so if you miss a couple shots, your fire rate's gonna make up for it. That's why I do have it at 3rd. But at 2nd, I do have the CR56 because it does have that higher damage. So if you are a better player and you can control recoil better, you will use the C58 because it's just easier to use. It's less forgiving, but if you do hit your shots, you're gonna kill them. I am running 3 times optic because the 4 times optic did get fixed on it. Task Force barrel, agency suppressor, field agent grip for recoil control, then 55. If you think this hurts your aim down sight speed so much, you can run the 45, but since it's a long range, I really don't care, so I'm running the 55. And then just Task Force barrel, usual stuff there. But this is, see, as you can see, the higher damage on it. The damage is amazing. The fire rate is a little bit lower, but so if you are really accurate, I would use this if you're a high skill player. But if you're less, I would use the FARA. But easiest to use gun, we have at number 1. Easiest use at long range mount, easy. Agency suppressor, CMV mil spec. 3 times optic, Raider stock, and 60-round mag. We don't even have a grip on this because it has that low recoil when shooting at long range. Like it's the C58. If you're good with that, it's gonna be better than it. And the FARA, it's gonna be better than it. But it's harder to use them than this. This you can just pick up and you're gonna beam right away. I mean, it's gonna take very little for you to do. Like it has almost 0 recoil, especially at long range too, so you will hit your shots, and it is a beast, easy to pick up. So I think this is what most people are going to go to. And then like the higher tier people, they'll still play the CR58, the FARA, and the KRIG, but I think the KRIG's going to be where most people are going to be. And that's my list. Let me know down in the description what your guys' list is. And as always, like and subscribe, check out the description, and I'll see you guys